there was one thing I want to end with this because I know you're busy and I appreciate your time today. I want to end with this. There's something interesting that happened over the weekend. I actually shared the clip with you. I don't know if you had a chance to see it, but Ilhan Omar again, she's giving an interview, and I found this really interesting. She was on CNN. She's talking to Caitlin Collins, and she said that you and President Trump and people like you are calling for violence against her, and how you're doing it is you're using words. You're using words that paint her in a negative light, and I got to tell you, I lost my mind at this clip. I couldn't believe. I'm not going to play the clip. I've done a video on this already, but she's talking about words causing violence when she sits here and calls you, calls Trump, calls me, and everybody else fascist. Compares us to the former dictator of Germany in the 1940s. We can't.
Well, let's not forget the reason that I brought up the censure resolution to kick her off her committees is because she was posting content calling Charlie Kirk a terrorist, essentially calling all of us terrorists and fascists and Nazis and Hitler. Right. Words are words. Words are not violence. Violence is violence. I think J.D. Vance said that very well, and same thing with President Trump. But we have to call it like we see it. And she, I believe, is a national security risk, and I'm being very, pointed about that. I also think Corey Mills is a national security risk. So when I call things out, call the balls and strikes, I'm calling them on everybody who I believe is not America first when they pose a risk to our country and our values.
I agree with you. I think she is a national security risk. I think there's a few. I think Eric Swalwell was a national security risk.
100%. And Pencil Neck, what's his name? Adam Schiff in California. I mean, come on.
But seriously, in all seriousness, these people are national security risks, and we know it. And so it's time this administration.
We don't do anything about it. Like I just, I'm with Trump. Like he wants action. I do too. Like, when are people going to be prosecuted? When are they going to go to jail? We all know that people are breaking the law.
Amen.
High up, rich and powerful people. So I'm with Trump on this. We need to get going.
I agree with you. I couldn't agree more. It's about time. Let's hope we do. You're one of the few members of Congress that really, really stands in the fight, really takes action. Burchett's another one. There's a handful of you that really put your money where your mouth is. You don't back down, and that's what I love about you guys. And there's some, and 4 voted against the measure to censure Omar. There's some who talk, and fundraise. But when it comes time to deliver, they're nowhere to be found. They're siding with the Democrats.
Yep.
I hate to use the word rhino. I think it's overused. But in this case, their idea, I think, is that if we take this action, then someday the Democrats will take it against us. I got news for you guys. They're going to take it anyway.
We're playing by their rules. And you look at the case of Corey Mills, and I'm not getting off this bone, but he did this in a very self-serving way. If the Ilhan Omar censure failed, then his censure would fail. And so it was just a very I scratch your back, you scratch mine, quid pro quo sort of thing. And that should not be a thing. Man up. You've done some things that are very egregious and wrong, allegedly. Man up and take responsibility, and he couldn't even do that. We all make mistakes, but at the end of the day, we have to set a good example for our fellow countrymen, for our nation, for the residents that we represent, because if the only way we can restore trust and responsibility and transparency in our institutions is to act like it.